Word. And I am. And he just described me in the opposite. Bizarro version of J-Steed.
It's that introverted, perverted youngin' from out that BX. J-Steed.
The extraordinary Robyn Stern.
And the problem solver, Mr. Every Night.
So, every night. Let's start it off right. I tried to write out for long. Notice, this is to the ghetto lifestyle. Okay. Talk on it. I'm not gonna hold you.
I am the introverted, perverted youngin', dark-skinned marksman, J-Steed, and I'm here with,
Mr. Every Night, the problem solver.
and she is,
Robyn Stern, the extraordinary.
and we are Rat Pack Media. This is the quarantine edition. Coronavirus. It is getting real.
Yeah. How are you enjoying it? Staying home, working from home.
How do I feel working from home? Bored. I'm tired of it. I mean, but it's a necessary evil, so to say. You know, safe than sorry, better safe than sorry with bad health. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
I wish.
How you guys are holding up?
I wish I could be like you. I want to work from home. I'm tired of this. I have to go to work. I'm lucky that my hours are reduced to part-time, so I only gotta go like 3 hours a week. But I mean a day. But
And you're complaining?
Yeah, I want to not go at all. I'm shit.
Wow, you got some in-home on cucumbers at home?
I might need to grow some in my yard because I ain't got no in-house peen. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got in-house situations. I ain't got in-house situations.
Sort of, and no. Yeah.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
Because I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My situation is different.
Okay.
There you go. So back to what you were talking about. Only working 3 hours a day. So what are you, partially essential?
You know what it is? They don't want management all there at the same time because if we all bang out sick, then there's no one there to manage the laboratories. Now, it just so happens that before that went into effect at one of my hospitals, because I manage more than one, 3 managers from different departments, from like blood bank, chemistry, lab processing, they're all sick.
Okay.
So it's just me and my AD. So now not only am I taking care of the AP laboratories, I'm also managing the clinical laboratories and helping them out.
So once again, for those that don't know, what exactly do you do?
I'm the operations manager for pathology, AP, anatomic pathology services for a certain hospital network. So
layman's terms, please.
Okay, sorry. I am a scientist, you can say.
A scientist of what? I mean, people will know the type of science.
Well, AP, anatomic pathology. So that's like, okay, so my specific department that I manage at a couple of hospitals is, when some people have a lump on their breast or tumor and, they feel something hard in their nuts and, they want to go for a biopsy to check if it's cancer. It's my department that the doctor
sends. Like radiology?
No, radiology is either where certain biopsies are done, like for bone or for breast, like a core biopsy, or that's afterwards when they're diagnosed with cancer and then they go to radiology for treatment.
Okay.
Gotcha. But pretty much what you're saying is you guys identify cancer. Is that what you're saying?
Certain funguses, certain tumors, differentiate which types of tumors. Yes, that's my specialty.
Okay.
And I'm also the safety officer. So then I have to deal with everything that you hear on the TV as far as the PPE being short, make sure everything is, up to regulatory standards, things like that.
Okay, got you. So once again, for our listeners, just so you guys know, we're kind of phoning it in. We're all in different places. We're respecting the social distancing, quarantining. I hope I said that correctly.
Absolutely.
Each one of us are in our respective homes doing this show. So that's one way we are respecting the wishes of the I guess the powers that be, so to say. So every night, I understand that you are still traveling to go to work every day. How's that experience for you?
I mean, it's decent, but sometimes it's still kind of hard to find a seat because of social distancing. Like, the train is empty, but not empty enough. Like, people are just spread out, so you can't just sit next to somebody.
Okay.
And it sucks. Like, I want to sit down too. Shit.
Got you. So, all right. So I've been noticing on social media, a lot of people have been posting jam-packed trains. Have you experienced that?
Experience what?
Jam-packed trains.
No, but I've seen it. The 2 train at night, like around from 10 to like 12, just be packed for some reason. It's like crazy. Where the fuck are y'all niggas coming from?
At what time?
Like 10 to 12.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I when I used to work for this hotel on the west side, when I would get off, it was packed. So it seems like everybody on that side is still working.
Gotcha.
Wow.
All right. So again, once again, for those that don't realize, we are coming live from New York. So our experience is different. Pretty much, what do we consider the epicenter of this plague at the moment?
I don't know. That's a good question. They thought, how last week they were anticipating us to be at the apex in about another 2 weeks, but then they said that we're not having an influx. The city is not having an influx of as many new patients. Okay. However, there's still we had the last 2 or 3 days we had the most amount of people dying, like 799 one day, 777, and I forgot, and that's after we got it. The city was excited that only 500 something people died the day before, and they were saying we might be at the end of this, or we might be at the apex of this because it's going down, and then like the very next day it was like 800 dead. So who really knows, because look at Italy. The people are dying every day still in hundreds. So I don't know.
So, I mean, I checked a status this morning where it said that New York has the most confirmed cases in the whole world right now.
Us, right? Yeah, I know. Because we're not social distancing properly.
Okay, go ahead. Speak on that, because I'm sure you got a lot to say and you want to unleash your feelings. So this is your time. Go ahead.
You know what? And I'll catch a lot of
I'm sure.
A lot of flack for this, but a lot of statistics are saying that in the Black communities, we're being hit hardest with the COVID-19, and they're saying the people don't care about us, or they don't treat us, or it's a conspiracy against us. No, it's some of it is our fault, and I'm not saying we're not the only ones that are responsible for it, but as far as I can recall, social media had all types of memes. If you have, if I drink ginger ale, that's going to be my cure. Caribbean people talking about, it'll be Dettol for Caribbean people. Then you have all types. You live in the city, NYC. They had a couple of memes. If you ever stayed at this hotel, and it's like the Galaxy Hotel, like that super ghetto hotel that like everybody knows about, you're immune to stop it. I know people now still, and I'm sure you do too, who run out still like, oh, I just have to get this. Oh, I just have to get this. I was talking to one of my friends, and she's like, oh, well, I just have to get cabbage. Why the fuck do you need cabbage today? Like, just wait it out. What the fuck do you need cabbage today for? You know what I'm saying? So you know, and then turn around and, oh, they're not taking care of us. There's no treatment. Everybody's not getting taken care of. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing to treat them with. If they're sending everybody home, and I work in hospitals, and it's lucky that I manage hospitals in more than one demographic. So they're sending other races home equally as they're sending minorities home. So that's, you know, no basis on that. I hate to hear it.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that because you're pretty much speaking on one side of that data. Do you ever stop to think that maybe a lot of the minorities, they don't have that privilege to be able to work from home, so they have to go out and get on them trains? You know, because a lot of these people, they work in like jobs that are manual labor. You know what I'm saying? Like Amazon or even Whole Foods, or work in like supermarkets, places like that. Because, you know, again, not everybody made it in life, so to say, to where, let's say, where you are at or where I'm at.
I want to say that.
So
okay,
you could sit here and say that it's all about their ignorance and the fact that they're joking, but you got to look at the other side of that coin. You can't miss it.
No, but she's not saying that these people shouldn't be out there. You got people that's just hanging outside.
I understand.
No
I'm talking about one side, but we're gonna get to that, that side as well.
So, can I get to the other side, or you
go
want
ahead.
to
Go right ahead.
Okay. So with that being said, right, you're saying, oh, you know, it's us that work at the supermarkets in our neighborhoods. Because when you go to Suffolk County and you're in Huntington, it's not going to be black people working in the supermarkets. It's going to be white people working in the supermarkets. So there's just as many white people doing the same jobs, if not more. And if you think about U.S., well, I won't even think about U.S.
Really think there's more white people doing those jobs than black and Hispanics?
In NYC, probably. But you have Long Island. You have okay, that's the thing. You don't go you don't go to the island, because if you go into
basing this all on Long Island?
No. Well, when I worked at Kmart.
Go ahead every night. Hold on. I want to hear every night.
When I worked at Kmart, we went on and this is the Kmart that was on White Plains Road. When I worked there, they took us upstate, and everybody in there that was working was white, and we helped them out.
Thank you.
And they loved us.
Okay.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
That's just people one piece.
No, it's not one piece.
Talking about here in the boroughs.
You can't help where the people live, so that's number one. And not for nothing, Long Island is considered is a part of like NYC. It's like all of us, and then there's upstate.
Well, Long Island is the stepchild that we don't want.
Okay, yeah, that is very true. But it's all of us, and then there's upstate. You see what I'm saying? You can't help what the demographic is, and then also you gotta also take in consideration social distancing. Also ties into population.
Right.
Population. So if there's more people congested, or more of us congested in this area, then it's going to be more of us that are exposed to each other or performing certain tasks. Like I'm here, you know, let's say if I was just, I don't know, I've worked in the supermarket. I'd be working in the supermarket in my neighborhood because I'm here. This is where I'm at. So we can't get upset and blame other people or say that it's the masses or it's the, you know, the powers that be. We live here. And we're on top of each other. There's nothing that could be done about that. We chose to live in the city. What excuse can you have, or what argument can you have about that? Shit, go to Pennsylvania, and then you'll work with other people, you know what I mean? And then you'll see other races as your co-workers, and they'll be working alongside with you.
Listen, I hear what you're saying, but like I said, the facts are what they are. Listen, I'm not basing it off of just what I see in the streets. I've been reading stuff. I'm seeing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the majority of the people who are getting it are people of color. And they're saying the reason why is not just because people are hanging out and not respecting social distance.
It's going to work.
A lot of times it's because they're going to, because they don't have a chance.
But you know what people don't realize?
Hold up. It's either sit there and not make money and starve, or get out there, go to work to support your family. Now, do I agree with it? No, I don't. But then again, I have that option not to have to go out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So it kind of it's like my opinion on it is a little skewed because I'm not experiencing it from that point of view. That's why I ask every night his experience with having to go out. Because I'm sure if he had the choice, he wouldn't. But I'm sure at this point, you kind of don't, correct?
No.
Right. And that's the point that I'm driving home. There's a lot of people who don't have the choice. But then you got these idiots who don't have jobs that are just hanging out and just chilling. You know, it's like, I'll be real with you. On average, I go outside once a week. And let's say on a Friday, I'll take my daughter out. Now, when we're outside, you know, like I said, people are just chilling, hanging out, you know, just culminating in groups. And it doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I bet you they don't have masks.
No, they don't. And this is where I agree with your anger on the situation about these idiots, because you can see them. But then again, I can't fully get mad at the people who are forced to be out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because they don't have a choice. You know, the people who
the dudes that I've seen hanging out when I'm on my way to work, these dudes be wearing masks and shit. Like, but just still hanging out though.
Because they're idiots. You know, there's a lot of ignorance going around, and ignorance is the main friend to this virus, and it's ridiculous.
Yep.
You know, if people just like I hate to even say it this way, but this is like the worst game of cooties ever. Like, all you have to do is just keep your hands to yourself, wash your damn hands, and then that's it. Like, how you fuck up cooties, man?
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's sad. But you know what? I just feel like everybody's upset about, the people in the city, but you got to take in consideration there's just as many white nurses and just as many white people who work for FedEx and all those other, like, they have to go to work too. You know what I mean? And
I'm not discounting them at all. I'm not discounting the white folks.
You were a little bit, because your argument
No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. I'm not discounting the white folks at all. One second. All right, cool. They removed our 40-minute time limit, just to give you guys a heads up. But I'm not discounting any other race at all. But I am worried about the black race, because as you can see, we all are black here, and the numbers for black folks dying with this is ridiculously high. So that's why I'm more worried about us than them, because as I said the other day, we need to make sure we're good before we start worrying about trying to save everybody else. Am I wrong?
No, not at all. But I just feel like I don't feel like that's a good representation of how I don't know.
I mean, your opinion is fair. I'm not gonna sit here and say that you're wrong. You know what I'm saying?
It's not so much
that'd be wrong of me to say that how you feel is wrong. That's ridiculous.
No, not even so much that. I'm talking straight facts. Like, let's say I can only talk about medical stuff. So it's like, let's say the nurses. I went online to see how many nurses there are by race. There's like 4 times more white nurses than black nurses.
Okay.
So to sit there and say, oh, well, this black nurse was, died because of it, it's killing all of us. No, they're just as exposed. They're probably taking care of themselves a little bit better outside of once they leave the the hospital. Because what these people do.
So let me ask you, what would you say is the best way of taking care of yourself after you come from outside?
Well, the first thing I do, as soon as I walk through that door, strip.
We don't believe you. You gotta show us.
Whatever. Co-host. First of all, take your clothes off, leave your sneakers right there, and then you freaking I throw it in the washing machine. I know not everybody has the luxury of throwing it in the washing machine, but at least put it in the bag. You know what I mean? And keep it until you can make it to the laundromat, because you can still go to the laundromat. Wash your hands as soon as you get in. Make sure that you're wearing your mask all around. The glove, even if you don't have a glove, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't wear a glove in public as much, but then again, I'm not in public. When I go to work, I have a tissue to open the door to get into the building.
Yeah,
And then,
anytime you touch something, wash your hands at least if you don't have a glove.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's
not
what
that
I'm saying.
hard. And
As soon as I go, yeah, exactly. Like as soon as I get into the building, my job, they changed our the way we punch in. Now, you don't have to use your fingerprint anymore. It used to be a fingerprint. Now it's just wave the badge, and it'll read your card, and then you just leave. And then when I get to my office, I wash my hands and then I sit down. I wipe down my my computer, my desk every day.
you got a bathroom in your office?
And no, but we have I have a sink. We do have a sink in the office, which is excellent. Like literally in my square office. Imagine one big office, and then there's like 3 offices, 2 of the pathologists, and then my office. And then we all have and then there's one sink there.
And that sink doubles as a urinal if you got male workers there, right?
Absolutely not.
When you're not there, you don't know what goes on, big.
I'm 100% sure. We don't have that type of environment. No ghetto environment at all. Not at all.
Just arc it up, baby. Arc it up.
Shit.
Yeah.
Just arc that shit up.
Lord have mercy, y'all are horrible.
All right, so let me ask you every night. All right, since you work in a completely different environment to Stern here, how has your experience in your workplace been with all of this craziness going on?
Well, most of the hotels are shut down. You know what I mean? And so it's like, ain't no security guards unless you're a fire and life safety director. Those are the only ones there. And the church I'm working at, it's just me there. I'm just sitting there, just in case if mail needs to be brought to the building. That's it. And I'm just sitting there bored as fuck. Nobody you talk to.
Pass the time.
Look at the camera or look at my phone and watch videos, and you see the crazy stuff I'll be sending because I start getting even more bored.
Yeah, I guess I can.
So you send the corniest stuff, Mr. Every Night.
Oh no, you don't get to you don't get to see what I really post or send. I'll send that to you.
Nah, now you see how we're supposed to be a team and he leaves me out. Why? Why do you think I wouldn't want to see?
He's actually protecting you.
Yeah.
He's naturally protective.
Actually.
Yeah, because you like, you doing this in church? What?
No, I want to know. I want to know now.
All right, well, that's pulling the gloves off. There you go. Oh, excuse me, that's pulling the condom off.
Wait, whoa.
Well, you about to get all the loving now.
I mean,
it's so wrong, baby.
I love you guys. What are you drinking on?
Me, right now, I'm sipping Diplomatico rum. It's usually my go-to whenever I'm, you know what, let me not put that out there because they're not paying for any kind of sponsor.
Yeah, exactly. So you're drinking rum?
Yeah, I'm drinking, what is this? Peruvian rum? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Peruvian. Anyway, yeah, you know, what's in your cup?
Right now I have rum as well, but I wanted to say thank you for putting me on to that what do you call it? That alcohol, what is it? Flavia?
Flavia.
Yeah,
Flaviar, something like that.
Yeah, that was I ordered my first box. I got I didn't get it yet. I ordered some sort of rum, and I think I got Afrohead was one of them, and I got it just because it said it, and I saw the flavors, and it said it was like vanilla, fruits, toasted. Like they give you the description. That I love that service. It is so informative. You can read what you're going to get or what you want to pick before you get it. Right. So I love it. I'm so glad you put me on.
Follow their YouTube page because there's more information on that.
Oh, really? I didn't think they could become more informative. It's like every single bottle that they have up, they have the description, they have the flavor, they have the pictures, the taste, where it came from. I was impressed. So I have a bottle coming up soon, and my 3, things of rum coming up soon. So I'm looking forward to that delivery.
Right. And oddly enough, you bring it up during these times. It actually comes in handy considering that they deliver and you don't have to go out. So that's how I've been surviving. I've been ordering my bottles through them, and they've been coming in like, I want to say, no less than a week. They've been pretty fast, Honestly, I'll be real with you. One little personal tidbit about myself. I usually don't drink during the week. People, and that's the funny part. A lot of people think I drink every day, but I don't. I only drink Fridays to Saturdays. Sometimes Sundays is a toss-up. I might drink a beer on a Wednesday, but every other day I will not really.
It all depends, because sometimes they be having them special events at them bars. Sometimes you might come out
to get invited.
Well, that's a asterisk right there. That's a bit of a curveball. So I'll make an exception.
Yes, I love it. The exclusivity of it all. That other people can't
when you get that wristband. Shit.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the first one. Looking forward to the first one.
All right, so since all 3 of us are experiencing this quarantine in different stages and different levels, I want to go and ask each one of us, how are you passing the time, just to give our listeners some tips. And also, if you're listening, please like, share, subscribe. When you subscribe, it only helps the show grow. And if you would like to actually send your comments, for now, just email us at ratpackradioNYC@gmail.com, and I will personally read your emails over our next recording, and we will comment. And hey, who knows, your actual email may even become a show topic. So yeah, let's get back to what I just asked. We'll start with Every Night. What have you been doing during this quarantine, even though it's probably not feeling much like a quarantine for you?
Well, I've been Xboxing, of course, with you and shit, and
right.
Sneaking out and getting some quarantine action.
What are you out there fighting zombies or something? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I go out there, fight zombies, save the damsel in distress.
There you go.
Well, lucky for you, because I haven't been doing anything. I don't have no in-house clean. I don't want anybody coming in my house, because I'm not sure how they, have been social distancing, and I just don't want to risk it. I'm like Pornhubbed out.
You know what I find to be funny?
Done.
It's like everybody is so cautious right now, but before all of this went down, everybody was out here trying to smash out Raw. That's crazy.
And it's funny. You never even said if I was going out Raw either.
I know you.
Oh,
I know you, so I don't have to ask.
Lord have mercy.
Only thing I just asked, give me a heads up if there's ever a baby shower.
Wow. I don't be shooting the club up.
Because you be dropping bombs in the club. Fuck out of here.
J-Steed, he pulls out. Stop it. He pulls out.
Show me a wall painter.
This man don't leave the club even when the lights come on. Get out of here. He does not leave the club even when the lights come on. Get out.
He told me the home decorator.
Exactly.
You know what's so funny? I said I had a meme about that actually a couple of weeks ago. I was like, people aren't scared. Like, people are not, going out because of Corona, but they wouldn't stop fucking for HIV and AIDS. I was like, really? But whatever.
Well, you know what it is. HIV is played out these days. It's all about the Rona.
Hold on. Well, you know what? It's so funny that you say that.
You know I'm just joking. You do know I'm just joking.
Actually,
something about a Rona.
No, actually, this is gonna blow your mind. It's actually safer to nowadays. No one's dying from it no more. Now they have all of those drugs that are those antiviral drugs that it's so suppressed. It suppresses the HIV antibody in your body so low. I mean, that they can have sex. They can have unprotected sex with negative people, and they won't pass it to that person.
Bird, so you good in these
They must have-
streets?
Hell no, I'm not even trying to find out. I'm not trying to test it. But you know what? You
Okay.
should see it on the commercial. I have, and this is what I didn't like, and I might get some flack for this too. But that drug, what is it called? Truvada for PrEP. You heard of that? I'm sure you've seen the commercial.
Listen, I see all of those commercials, and when I hear those side effects, it makes me wonder, why are people even taking these things?
Because
Do
they
I-
can fuck raw and be loose.
Like,
and
do I
not
really
have to
need
worry.
anal leakage? Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, they've been saying that.
You know? Like,
Well,
what-
I don't think that's the side effect for that.
like
No.
I need to wear a diaper just to fuck raw? Like, come on.
Well, I mean, that's a whole nother in itself. But the most part, I said, and you know what? And I said that when it was first becoming popular, I didn't even approve of the drug because I was saying to myself, you know what?
Wait, you were
This
on
is
the
gonna
board?
get, huh? Well,
So
of
you
course,
were on the
well,
board?
of course not. No, I
4 out of
wish.
every 5 doctors approve, and you're
Yeah,
that one?
I wish. But what I was gonna say is, I feel like when that came out, I felt like, okay, this is gonna give people a false sense of security that they can go out and they can wild out and they'll sit there and pick up and pass on and contract and share other diseases. And a good parallel for that was, you remember 30 years ago, or maybe even 40 years ago, when I remember it was in, I think, the 80s.
I
and
don't
it was
know.
like
40 years ago was 1980. I was just being born.
No, in the 80s, during the 80s, that's at 30. Well, 30 years ago. They had, you remember the commercial? I have genital herpes, but I don't. And blah, blah, blah. And then that was for, I don't even remember, Valtrex, that's what it was. When it first came out.
That's
And,
probably like
you
20, 25 years ago. Count.
25? Okay, well, I said 30, but whatever. So I just remember that people were like, everybody was like, okay, they're going to take that. And everybody's going to have sex, and they're not going to pass it along with it to anybody else. Fast forward to like in the 2000s, people might not have genital herpes, but there's, you know how they're saying like 6 out of 10 people have some form of herpes.
Chlamydia, chlamydia,
whether it be a
gonorrhea,
blister, whether it be-
come back.
No, I was going to say, well, yeah, that too, but I was going to say now there's also like, they're saying like the statistics is like 6 out of 10 people have, some form of herpes, or, even if it's just cold sore.
Right.
So it's all the same virus, just A, B, or C. You see what I'm saying? Or actually, there's more strains of it than just those 3. And now,
You gotta throw
almost
letters
like
out there like we know.
huh?
You gotta throw letters out there. APOC. We don't know this shit.
No, what you should do it's oral one, and then it's the genital one, supposedly.
Right.
But then there's other strands of it too. You see what I'm saying? So, but you see, everybody was like, oh, this is a good thing. Everybody's fucking, and you can't pass it along with each other. Now, when you fast forward to now, and they're saying everybody has some form, and don't be worried because everybody has some sort of form. And it's like, well, shit. Maybe if we, curbed that or kept it taboo, it wouldn't be that now. So I feel like now with the HIV, that can mutate in another 30 years, and who knows what they're going to say is going to be, just like the corona, that they're saying that this is a mutated, from a mutated form of SARS. You know what I mean? So it's like, when you just make things okay, it allows for people to run rampant.
Okay.
And then it changes, and it slowly is and it'll catch up to us later on. You know what I mean? So I don't.
Well, you know what they say. There's money in the treatment and not the cure.
Yeah, that's why I love my job.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like people,
So, back to what I asked. What have you been doing to pass the time? Because I noticed you've been cooking a lot, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, did you see my white Henny French toast?
I did.
Oh my God, it was so amazing. Like, oh my God, I used the rest of that bottle just to make that recipe. And I'm actually cooking something now. I baked the chicken. Huh?
What is it?
I'm baking a
whole chicken?
a whole chicken. I removed the back. I cut it
We
in
don't,
half.
we don't need all the specifics now. Come on.
Okay. Well, I'm baking
You're
a
baking a
chicken.
chicken. How are you baking it?
Cast iron in a cast iron pot. And I've never done this before, but I put the cast iron pot in the oven.
Right.
So we'll see how this goes. This is Corona edition, so I don't have no the potatoes and I don't have the carrots.
Take pictures. You said you were going to do a Robyn Stern Facebook page, right?
Yeah, I am. You'll see.
You know, what's funny is you keep talking about you're gonna catch flack. You're gonna catch flack. Sounds like we need to rename you Roberta Flack or some shit. Like for real.
Ah! Robyn Flack. I don't
Robyn
know.
Flackheart.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I mean, all right. So me, I'll tell you what I've been doing. So since I'm pretty much home every day with a 10-year-old, outside of me and her working, well, I work. She's at school, that whole online school nonsense.
Yeah.
And after that, you know, I guess at that point it's kind of like I check out. I just don't want her to talk to me, like for real. Like leave me alone. Go somewhere.
Why?
Well, no, but you don't understand because he accidentally got her a joke book.
Yes.
And they're bad.
Yes. So it's like I
get
get corny jokes all the time. And if it's not corny jokes, it's like I'm Google. I gotta answer everything. And if I don't understand or know something, I get the funny looks.
Wait a minute. So she's coming to you with the every night jokes. The corny,
like that.
corny every night.
Wow.
Okay.
Coming from my head today.
But yeah, so all right, so when the weekends come, you know, I try to provide a sense of normalcy for her because, you know, she doesn't get to go outside. So, you know, I bought a bunch of board games and you know, I let her play video games, and then you know, as every night said, me personally, I'll be jumping on my Xbox games with the homies. And you know, I've been working on trying to think up some more drink mixes, and I guess experimenting in my own way with cooking. I guess this solitude has definitely made me productive.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, all right, so let's just jump right into it. Netflix suggestions or streaming suggestions for the quarantine folk. Every night. Okay, good.
I will say this. Ozark. You have got to watch Ozark. That is the funniest ever. Not even funny. I'm sorry. Not even funny. It takes you on so many roller coasters. You love the bad guys. You hate the bad guys at first, but then you love the bad guys. And then when, like...
So what would you generalize this show type? Like dark humor, dark serious humor?
No humor at all, actually. A lot of sarcasm, but no humor.
Okay.
So I didn't mean, so I had to remove that word funny because it's not funny.
Dark drama?
It is a drama, and I will say it's, you know, what's involved is drugs, sex, nudity. I could just give you this part. It's a financial person. I forgot what he does. If he does,
he's a money launderer.
Yeah, he's laundering money, and for the cartel. And you could just see that there's so many sub stories that go along each season, and each last episode of each season is better than the next. So definitely check that out. And definitely check out that goddamn Tiger King. That Tiger King was nutty. That guy was nutty. All of the people were nutty.
You know, there's an extra episode today, right?
I heard that. Is it a whole new season or?
No, it's just one episode. It's like a virtual reunion show.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know what it was.
It's a host pretty much having interviews with the cast of characters, if you will.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, so those are your recommendations. Anything else? I
was you know, if Mr. Every Night has I'm sorry.
All right, so every night, what are your suggestions?
Well, I watched The Circle, which was pretty cool, but it is kind of on the slow side. It's not like that reality show that you introduced us to.
Oh, Love is Blind?
Yeah, I think Love is Blind is a little bit more up to speed. You know what I mean? It's a
I'll
faster
say
pace.
like this: the circle is silly funny. It's silly funny.
Oh
That
yeah,
even
yeah.
makes sense.
But
And-
it's slow in
Yeah.
the beginning.
It is. It is. All right. So anything else?
I watched The Main Event, which is a WWE based movie.
Ain't that a kiddie movie?
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to just check it out just for like
Okay.
family fun type thing. It was pretty
What?
decent, but it was generic. You know, boy gets powers and well, no, I mean, boy doing what he's supposed to do, gets cocky, loses friends, gets friends back, that type of situation. You know what I mean?
Got you.
It's just- and then I'm watching Shadowhunters,
Okay.
which is pretty interesting. I'm still on the first episode because I was up pretty late last night.
Gotcha. All right, so I'll make a few quick suggestions. First, I will start with this movie I watched. It's a black flick called Uncorked. Pretty much dealing with the dynamic of father and son. Son is an adult trying to step out of his father or his family's legacy, start his own, and of course, father doesn't want that to happen. And it's just good to see. I mean, it's interesting to see how that plays out. So I highly suggest that. Bit of a low budget movie, but if you don't enjoy it, just ask for your money back. That's it. Anyway, so McMillions. Pretty much about this is a docuseries. It's about this guy who defrauded the McDonald's Monopoly game for about 12 years. This guy got away with it. Dude was bringing in so much money from it. Now, I'll tell you a little story about my experience with that Monopoly game. Like, I had a friend who worked in McDonald's, and his manager allowed him to take all of the hash brown sleeves that had the Monopoly pieces on it. So we had every piece for every part of that Monopoly board, besides that one essential piece that you needed to win whatever prize. But at that point, I thought the whole game was a charade.
Yeah,
I thought it was
that
all
was everybody's experience.
right. So I guess now we see why it was, because this guy was taking all of those pieces, those $1 million pieces, and actually like selling them to people and making money off of it. Like he was scamming people from the ground up. It was crazy. Like, I have to say, gotta watch it, but I will say the first and the half of the second episode are extremely slow because it's like a build up. And once it gets to that point of ridiculousness, it is hard to stop watching, because I actually watched this whole docuseries. Didn't go to sleep until like 3 a.m.
Wow, how many episodes was there? Like 10?
No, it's a short one, like 6.
Okay, I might check it out tonight.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's on HBO/Hulu. So yeah, that's one.
I'll watch it on HBO. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So all right. So I guess we can wrap this. We're at the 45-minute mark.
Mm-hmm.
Any last words of advice for our listeners?
Wash your hands. Wash your damn hands.
Every night.
Yeah, just know me, be safe, wash your hands. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. I guess I'll take it up a notch. Wash your ass.
Well, we don't
That should be a given, though. That should be a given, man.
I'm just saying it should be a given, but not everybody takes it.
True.
So with that being said, if you have a drink, please raise it up.
Yes. Raise up your glasses.
All right, Rat Pack, where you at? Let's throw it back.
All right.
So with that being said, I am the dark-skinned marksman, J-Steed. He is,
Mr. Evan Knight, the problem solver.
and she is,
The extraordinary Robyn Stern.
and this is Rat Pack Media Coronavirus Quarantine Edition. Wrapping up its first episode. Good night.
Later.